All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead today and change the differential cover on this 1978 Chevette scooter. So actually we're gonna change the cover and put a new gasket in it because it's got a hole in it. We're gonna take you and show you that real quick. Hopefully you guys can see this pretty good. But right up in the top, right here, there's a rot hole in there. Can you see that? That's a hole rotted in the differential cover. So we're gonna go ahead and change that. Change that whole cover. All right, guys, this same kind of rule of thumb will apply for any differential cover. We're gonna go ahead and remove this one because it's kind of holding the brake line bracket here. We'll move this out of the way. Go ahead and keep our bolts separate. Now this one's gonna be a little bit longer, so obviously we'll know where that one goes. But we're gonna clean all these up really well. And there's our bracket for the brake line. And we will pull that out. Set that next to the bolt. Good. Now we're just going to crack all these loose. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's not good. Yep, that's definitely not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. We'll take our screwdriver and pry this away. There we go. Like that. And we'll let her drain. Leave this wedged in here. There we go. So, we got our screwdriver here. And move our brake line out of the way. And we gotta pull our top bolt out, which of course is gonna fight us and come out hard the rest of the way. but at least it's coming out, which is more than we can say for the other one. All right, let's pull this off. Well, there you have that. It looks like she's never been changed. And that is going to be trouble. But that's a good thing, as it comes through the other side. That bugs me. That's not cool. So you kind of get in here and see that gears all look pretty good. I don't see anything wrong with the gears. All looks good. Doesn't really appear to be much sludge in the sludge in the bottom, really. That's kind of good. I guess we can kind of scrape some of this out. Yeah, it's just oil on the bottom. Yeah. So that's kind of good. So I guess we're gonna get on to figuring out what we're gonna do with that. And like I said, it does come through the other side. I mean, a good quarter of an inch. We really should have went to the other side, sprayed it. You know, we didn't even think of it. All right. So what we got here is got my light on the other side, but as you can see here, this is the bolt here that snapped off, and it took forever to get through this thing, to get that bolt drilled out of there. I burned up, I don't know how many drill bits getting through there. Finally got through there, and I just chanced it with one that was about the same size as the hole, and was finally able to get this tap in there now, and got the tap going through, got the hole all re-tapped now. It's good to go, going all the way through, nice and smooth, good to go. So I'll tell you what, I'm happy, guys, because this thing just put me so far behind. This was a job that was supposed to be just a few hours, if that, maybe an hour-long job, and it turned into a 3-day ordeal just because I haven't had a lot of time lately with my work schedule to work on this. But now it's done, tapped. Now we can go ahead and clean everything up. Nonetheless, I'm gonna get all this cleaned up. What a mess. And we're gonna go ahead and spray the whole inside down with brake cleaner, because we just got probably metal shavings from all this in there, and we don't want all that crud in the carrier. We're going to clean these holes out really good. So let's take a quick show you underneath how things are looking now. Hope you guys can see that well. It's kind of dark under there yet, but she's looking a whole lot better now than what she did before. All right, hey guys, welcome to Street Freaks Garage. Tonight there's a little bit of mosquitoes out in the air tonight, but we're working on the vet tonight, and we're working on kind of a simple little project. But let me show you what we got going on. First of all, we worked on this tail light here tonight, and these seals right here, let me grab one. These seals go on the outside of the Chevette tail light around here and seal the Chevette tail light from the weather and stuff like that. And these seals, you can't get these anymore, so they're just not even an option. And these are shrunk, so they pop out when they shrink, and they're no good. So we're going to use something called Budol tape, and some shops call it Dum Dum, whatever. But we're going to go ahead and use some of that and show you how that works. Now we started doing this light right here already, and we're going to go ahead and set the camera up and kind of show you how we wrap this thing around. And I got Shop Dog Chevette here with me tonight. So I'm going to tuck this right down in the edge. My hands are probably in the way. Tuck this right down in the lip of the tail light. Put a little thicker on the corners. I'm just going to cram it down in there so it doesn't interfere with the outside. And we're going to put a little thinner over top of them brackets. There's some brackets there that we don't want to deal with, and the mosquitoes are lousy out here tonight. So we're going to push this in. And you can, what I like about this is you can crowd this up and bunch it up, like if you need it a little bit thicker in some areas. Now I take a knife, cut this apart. Tuck it down in. And that's the bottom of the light anyway, but alright. So now once we got that done, I'm going to go ahead and go around the light and make sure it's all tucked in the framing of the light. I think we're good. Alright, we'll get these light bulbs snapped in here. And there's that one. Get these popped in. Then we can get on with it here. There's that. Alright. Now we'll get this sit in here. And of course, it's gonna bite me a little bit because of the electrical. There we go. There we go. And the bolt holes are in. Success. Get these snugged up. Sweet. Alright, so bring you in now and show you what it looks like. Pretty nice seal around there. Not bad, just up a little bit like where the brackets were, but still looks really good. Still really good. Pushed out a little bit at the bottom right there. Again, where them brackets are, I guess I should have trimmed it out right there, but pretty freaking good. Good. And this side didn't squeeze out as much as the other side. Like I said, it had a lot of, there's a few dents in that area, but yeah, looks good. Looks great. Love it. Alright guys, so there you have a quick, simple, easy fix. So if you have like taillights that won't seal, or you need a seal around that you just can't get anymore, the Budol tape works really good. This is kind of what it looks like. And it's kind of just a sticky mess on a roll. And this is kind of like what it is here. Kind of like gum. But works really good. So yeah, you can find it on Amazon. It comes in different sizes, different thicknesses. I don't remember what size that was, maybe 1/4 inch something, I don't remember. So I want to take you outside where we got the vet sitting right now and show you some of the progress we've made on this thing and see what you guys think. But we're sorry we didn't record more, but you'll see. Okay, so here's the vet scooter. You can see the last time you see it didn't have the bumper back on it. We got the tail light in. We got the dum-dum, or whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. It's the taillight sealer now around the taillights. Worked really, really good. And let's kind of bring you underneath real quick. I didn't film it, but we got the new gas tank installed and got that all hooked up good. Got the new rear differential cover on it. That's all good. I do not have the air shocks on it yet, and I'm debating whether I'm going to put those on or not yet. It depends what it looks like when we see the wheels. And the wheels are going to be a big surprise for you, so we're not going to tell you what they are, but you're just going to be surprised. So I'm going to take you around the driver's side real quick. So around the driver's side here, we've been working on, bam, putting in the new carpet. Okay. We've been putting in the new carpet, and those of you who do not know these cars, okay, they don't make squat for this car. Okay, so the door sill plates that go right here, they don't make those for this car. Okay, I have some. Let me get it for you real quick. Okay, so this is one of the factory door sill plates, and you can see the holes are the size of quarters. I mean, they're rotted bad. So obviously these were not an option. Okay, this is the passenger side one, which sucks because the edges were actually not, well, I guess they were bad. But anyways, this is what they were originally. And so we tried some other ones, and we tried some out of a Chevette Monte Carlo, like a 70s car, and actually worked pretty well. So the only downfall is the fissure on them is going to face backwards. It'll face in towards the car, but you know, let's be real. I mean, it's not a Chevette SS, it's a Chevette, right? So it is what it is. Anyway, so I cut the back off, trimmed those up, and trimmed a little bit of trimming on the front up there. So it's going to fit pretty well. And we know this because we've already done the passenger side. But the holes are, you know, more what they should be. And the carpet, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. If you're doing a Chevette and you order carpet from ACC and it's for a Chevette, it's not for a Chevette. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not for a Chevette. And I don't care what anybody out there says. No, it's not for a Chevette. Yes, it's better than no carpet, but that's about as far as it goes. This carpet was definitely made for a different car, not a Chevette. Doesn't have the right bends and humps and formation at all. I mean, when I laid the carpet out in the sun, I laid it out there for a full day with the old carpet underneath it to help mold it. And it was like fitting, I don't know, it was just horrible. Horrible fit. So I still have to trim up to the back seat yet once I get that done. So that'll come once I get a little bit closer. But I wanted to get all the seat holes mounted first, seat brackets pre-mounted first before I trim the edges. So I did that to here already. I had them already mounted. I mounted the new shifter boot. I redid all that. Completely redid all that. I got to vacuum all this out yet. And I just put a light tack of adhesive, spray adhesive down. Nothing major on it, just a little bit to kind of tack it into place, because with all the sound deadener that come in, it slid all over the place. And it was very tough to control. So I put a little tack adhesive on it. But I want to take you on the passenger side and kind of show you a little bit of the sill plate. So here's the sill plate, kind of how it ended up. So I'm going to show you probably tomorrow when I do the other one how we was able to get it formed. You can see it's formed more for a Chevette, and it actually looks pretty darn good. I mean, it almost looks factory on there, so that's pretty good. This side of the carpet was all vacuumed already. It looks nice. I got the seat belts mounted over here. Good to go. I got to get a glove box door for it yet. But yeah, I mean, it's turned out really, really nice for what we got to work with. So anyways, I got to redo the door panels yet. Probably just repaint them for now, respray them. Good enough. Good enough. And I got to get a brush in here and scrub these inner rubber seals out. I just don't like the looks of those. And I got to figure out what I'm going to do for that rear seat, because the way these seats are made in these cars, wow, really something. I mean, there's not much to them. Alright guys, so I didn't get to film everything that I wanted to film, but I will kind of go ahead and give you a quick rundown on kind of how I got this in here so far and got all this done. So what I did basically is folded the carpet over top of the door sill here, and right along, even with the rubber, I trimmed the carpet right along there to the edge. From that point, I pulled the carpet up tight over the edge, took my new sill plate, put this gray silver marker, put dots through everywhere while holding the carpet tight, where I was going to have to drill my holes. Pulled the plate off, then, and took a punch and a hammer and punched where the holes were going to have to go. Once I did that, took my drill, drilled the holes through, made sure they were on the angled part of the car, and drilled the holes through. So what I did have to do though to the Chevelle is I did have to widen this edge up right here on the top edge, and I still got to do a little bit more of that shaping to get that the way I want it to be. I'm gonna do a little prying up on the back here to get it over top of that rubber. Okay, so that's pretty much bent over the rubber now. Now, the next step to do is we're going to go through and tighten our screws. I'm going to get them pretty tight. And I'll explain why in a minute. Okay. Once we have those tight, we're going to go ahead and do a little bending. Now, the curve of the Chevette has a curve this way on the sill plate, so it's like curve, and these are pretty straight. We had to bend the passenger side one the same way. So what we're going to do is we're going to start back here in the back, cup this thing pretty good to the top, make sure it doesn't go anywhere, and give it some hits on the bottom. What that's going to do, give it that curve that we want. Especially up here in the front. There's quite a curve up here. Done now. That's good. It's all shaped, so it's pretty much over the rubber out here and holding the carpet down in there. That's exactly what we wanted. So voila, that is done. I'm going to go ahead and move all my tools because we got to adjust this back now and get this up here, laying up against the back here so we can get that done. The seat holes are done. The screws or the bolts are sticking up through the floor. They're ready to go. Something else I got for it, which let me show you guys, is I picked these up and I just got them sitting in there for right now. Oh, my headlight bezel I just got sitting in there too. So I redid the bezels. There we go. So I redid the bezels on it and I painted them black because I like them black around there. I think it looks a lot cooler. And I put some 76, 77 grills in it because I like it. I redid the grills. I redid the Chevrolet emblem. Turned out nice. Picked a nice newly painted front bumper on there, which I may switch them out for some chrome ones. I got a buddy of mine that has some chrome ones, so I'm going to try to get those from him, I think, and put the chrome ones in it, or the chrome bumpers on it. And I'll probably paint the grill in here. Probably paint this black in here like at the headlights. You know, I just think it might look better if they match. So, but I really like the 76, 77 grills, a little bit better than the 78 grill. So I still got the original 78 grills for it though, so not a big issue. Hope you guys like it. You'll see more of it once you get it on the road. Once I get the new wheels on it, of course, I'm going to do a video on that so you guys will appreciate what kind of style these cars have. How BA these cars are. They are sweet. Anyway, this is the scooter. It's got the 1.6 remember. So you've seen a video on this earlier on the channel. We did a video on this when we saved this one and got it from the guy we got it from. There's a long story behind this car, but it was in desperate need of help. Like desperate need of help. It's probably about to be destroyed. But we did a lot of metal work on this car. Replaced a lot of pieces in the floor, rust holes, things like that, rust and rot in it. So, but it's solid as rock. So now it is. So good to go. So as you can see, all the interior is back in the Vette. The new carpet installed. Seats are back in it. Finally wiped down with like decades of crud all over it. All right, so we got the seats all back in. Put gas in the gas tank, and as you know, we had to do some major repairs to the sending unit and put a new gas tank in it. And the good news is the gas gauge works. Sending unit works. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but sending unit works. That's great news. Fantastic. So glad that that worked, because that was kind of a nightmare. So like I said, I'll give you a quick comb of the carpet job. Needs to be vacuumed again already, but we got the lower part of the back seat in, but we got to wait to put the top part of the back seat in because it's kind of got a stitching problem I got to have fixed, so it's coming apart. But anyways, that's all that. And I got to have some repairs under the driver's seat too, but not a big deal. I'll make some new door panels, all that good stuff. But first, we need to see if it's going to run. So it hasn't had no fuel in it for quite a while. I only started this car up for a little bit when I got it home. And when I did, the alternator was whacking, cracking, making all kinds of racket and noise. I did find the actual bolt that goes in this, by the way. So anyways, I'm going to give it a little shot of fuel in the carburetor here, since there's been no fuel in it. And it has... it's going to hoping I can just take it. There we go. Alright, can you hold that for me, tool girl? Alright. So set this back on there. I'm going to give her a little shot in the carburetor. Dirty in there. Alright, can you hold this for me? Can you come up here and hold this for me? Alright. We gotta give her a little fuel in here. Oops. We are in neutral. So it's... So it can take a little while to pump some fuel up here. Alright. See what she does. Hopefully, cross your fingers. We don't know what's in the car. Carburetor. I'm doing that.
Probably gummed up.
I'm gonna have to put a carb kit in it probably.
You got a cam in it?
454 minus the 54. All right. Success minus some carburetor issues. So that was a success. Interior, done. Cleaned up, done. Needs floor mats, undone.
It's not undone. You can't check it off.
Right.
It's not done.
So we got to address that carburetor next. And that's after the big surprise comes. Which I got to get, well, I don't know if we'll get to the big surprise before then. But this carburetor, obviously, is kind of a turd.
Sounds like it's got cutouts on it.
Sounds like a bomb.
Well, that's because it's a little shy on exhaust.
How much is a little? None? Do a closing.
Closing. Bye. If anybody out there knows where I can get a camera person to hire, let me know. I'm looking for one.
You'll have to pay them.
I gotta pay you.
No, you don't. I do this for free. You got to put up with my stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna close out, I guess. Carburetor kit's next on it, so we'll come back with that. But at least the fuel tank's done. Sending unit works great. Fantastic news. So we'll bring it back for the carburetor rebuild. But in the meantime, go home. Go home.
We are home.
Go home. Go home.